This is a little blast cabinet that I did some horse trading for with my neighbor. Picked it up, and we've had it for a while, but one of the things I do not like about this cabinet is that it is very difficult to change out the protective lenses on the inside of the window. You've got to unscrew it. You've got to take the whole thing apart. The protective lens is double-sided taped to that piece of plexiglass. So you got to scrape that off every time, put a new one on. So we are going to change that out with a new type of window frame kit. And I picked this up from IDS Blast. So I'll put a link in the description for this thing. I've already got 2 of these on my other blast cabinet. I love them. I would never go back to something else. They make changing out lenses so quick and so easy. Fortunately, I've got my trusty assistant with me in the shop to help out with this little project. So this is the window frame kit that you get with the assembly. And as you'll see, obviously, the window that was in that cabinet does not exactly fit. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of modification in order to get it to fit on there. Shouldn't be too difficult. Just going to cut out that little top section and then kind of splice it back in on the sides. Go. Now there are 4 studs that are installed on the back side of that window frame. So I've got to drill out 4 holes on the cabinet itself and then upsize those in order to allow that bolt head to sit down through there. You'll see how that works here in a little bit. But I'm just going to open those holes up, and that's going to allow those bolt heads to sit down inside there. Now we're just going to install those bolts back into the window frame, and this is actually upside down right here, so that'll get flipped around, and then those bolt heads will sit down like that down inside of those holes. And now that we know where that frame is going to sit, we can mark out the final opening and get that cut. Which line am I following?
The one that matches the most.
The one that matches? It's close enough.
The one that works, Dad.
Not rocket science.
Oops.
Can you go grab me another bit in the case? They should say metal on them. Whoops. Now I'll just get the holes drilled that will hold the frame itself into place. Once those are drilled, I just run a tap in there and just thread the sheet metal, and that'll hold that frame down just fine. I didn't want media flying out of the old holes from the old window frame, so I just slowly built up some weld and filled in those holes, and then just ground them down smooth. Now on the right side of the lens, there is a little holder that will contain the roll of Mylar. And we'll do the same thing with this, just drill some holes in there, tap it, and then we'll install that holder on there. And that will keep the roll in place so that you can just pull the Mylar through as you need it. You can purchase this lens protector material through blast cabinet supply equipment places. But I'll tell you what, you can find it on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description for this, and it is way cheaper. And especially if you're using this setup, you can get a roll of it, and then you can cut that roll down, and then you can make some smaller rolls out of that will fit down inside the holder. And then you're gonna slide it underneath of the glass and tighten it down. So after you've used your cabinet for a while and that lens starts to degrade, you can just loosen up the wing nuts, slide the roll through, tighten the wing nuts back up, and then just cut the excess off of the end, and you are good to go. After adding that window frame kit, the lid on this cabinet was really heavy, so I added some gas shocks to it, and it really helped out. Now, I found a website that was super cool. It had a calculator on it, so you could weigh how much your lid was, and it would calculate out which gas shocks you needed and exactly what configuration and position you needed to put them in. And that's about it for this little video. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments, and I will take a look at those and get back with you. Thanks for watching.